What's up? This is Metal Nate, and I'm here with Ricky Armellino from This Is the Apocalypse. How are you doing today?
What up? I'm tired as hell, man.
And you guys are
making
heading out
some
on
coffee
tour
right now with my new roommate. Hey hi. That's my new roommate.
That's awesome.
Well, you want to use the coffee press, or let's just use the I got the coffee maker. Am I allowed to say on the radio?
You can say the less you say, the less I have to edit out, but it's okay.
Okay, alright, so you have to edit it?
Yeah, I do.
Alright, that's my last one.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Just hanging out. I got locked out of my house for a while because I had a miscommunication with the roommate last night. So I'm just not living alone.
And you're heading off to Europe for the Scream It Like You Mean It tour with Miss May I really soon, right?
Oh, yeah. I think so. Is that why I spent $5,000 on plane tickets yesterday?
That must be why. And that's with We Came as Romans and The Word Alive. Are you stoked for this?
Yeah. I really good friends with We Came as Romans. I like those guys a lot. And I know some of the dudes in The Word Alive, and we played with Miss May at one time. And all the bands seem like cool bands, and kids seem to like those bands more than my band, so it should be fun.
Is this your first European tour? You've been there before, I thought, right?
Yeah. No, we almost went to Europe one time.
Oh, well, cool. This is a milestone for you guys, then. Right after that tour, you're coming back to the States, and you're on the Pull Me From the Gallows tour with the Human Abstract.
Yes. Yeah, it's a Human Abstract and Scale the Summit. I haven't met Scale the Summit yet, but we just chilled with Human Abstract for a couple days. But for me, what I'm excited for that tour, this will be our first tour with Let Live.
Oh, wow.
And those dudes are close friends of ours, and just probably one of the most amazing bands that I've ever heard. They're just like a more aggressive Glassjaw, and their vocalist is one of the most outspoken and ballsy frontmen I've ever seen in my life. And he's a really good dude, and no bragging rights. I love the band. We just toured with them, and they're so sweet. So that tour is going to be just like me hanging out with my buddies all day. It'll be a really good way to come back into the country, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to be a big tour for you guys, too.
It's definitely gonna be. I think we're kind of like a transitional band in between the two sides of the spectrum, because Let Live and No Bragging Rights are definitely on the very. They're kind of more on the artsy, hardcore side of things. You know, like those bands could be like, going out on tour with Defeater, and then by the time you get to Scale the Summit and Human Abstract, I mean, we're talking like straight up progressive metal, and then there's like us, and we're kind of in this like super weird area right in between.
Proggy metalcore, and I don't even know how to describe it, type of thing.
Yeah,
I don't want to call you guys metalcore.
We're like we're like metalcore band with prog parts, with a skinny, weird, hardcore kid that rants about the government. So we're somewhere in between everybody.
Hey, I mean, at least you guys have a message, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to get to that in a minute in the interview, but I had a question. You wrote a dissertation about Broken Side, and I was wondering, have you written anything else of that like sort of level of humor?
Hold on, let me pull up. Let me see if I can find it. Here, I'm gonna whip it up on my computer while you ask me other questions. I'll get some links out. I mean, like, I don't think I was. A while ago, I just heard it, and it was poetry. Like, I'm never speechless about anything ever. And like, somebody showed me that first video they released, and it was just like questions. Like, I had nothing but like, I had so many questions in my head. Like, why is his hair? What's on his head? Like, why are those girls just kind of standing around and like half dancing, but like looking like everybody looked like they were lost. Like, nobody had a clue why there was a video camera on any of them. And then there's like this like crunk beat, and people are screaming. I'm like, I watched it, and that was the first time in my life I was like, I can't say it's dumb. I can't say it's awesome. I can't say anything. I'm just baffled. So I used my literary degree, and I tried to take the topic on myself and find closure. So.
Find closure with Broken Side.
Dissertation. I It was for the song. The opening was, a well-constructed song provides the sense of meaning or closure to an event, traumatic or great. They simultaneously exaggerate and find subtlety in the nuance of human feeling. They instill a sense of urgency and a sense of peace. They pull us from the confines of rational human thought into our own raw emotion and momentarily undo the harsh desensitizing that is modern life. They briefly hand us the components that we are truly comprised of. They give us a name. They give us the opportunity to tame these things. That being said, the song left free to have absolutely whatever done to it by the pop sensibilities of a lazy 20-year-old fringe artist does something completely different, something that I would like to leave completely distinguished from the aforementioned thank you. That's the beginning of it. And then I go and I start picking apart lines. I walk into the club looking kind of sexy now. I see these shorties. Basically, what happens is there's, this really confusing portion of the song. He's describing, he goes into the club and, all these girls are getting freaky, and they're, getting freaky with each other. And the chorus keeps repeating, let's get freaky now, let's get freaky now. And then there's this baffling portion of the song where he starts calling them, sluts, and he's you played me, you played with my heart. Want me, baby, feel me in, because I don't waste my time with lesbians. And, he just starts screaming liar at one point. So I actually kind of, I pulled together, when I was, listening to the song, and there's, he keeps repeating, goes back to this, let's get freaky now thing, but then he starts freaking out and calling them liars. So I think his whole masculine psyche is falling apart in the song, because these girls only want to kiss each other because they're the freaks on the dance floor, and he's not. And he comes in, he's like, oh yeah, lesbians, let's get freaky. But then he's like, watch them dance, and they're not dancing back with him. They just keep getting freaky with each other. And then his whole, he has no power over these women. And men want power over women. They guys don't like being turned down, because that breaks the whole cycle of manhood. You know what I mean? It's all about catching you got to catch that deer, man. And when you don't, he just starts lashing out. And in the end, he starts repeating, let's get the last chorus. It's let's get freaky now. Oh yeah, you don't want me, so go baby go, come and get me, go baby go. It's just about this confused kid who's just why is my manhood not winning? And that was essentially what we got. But yeah, and I'll send it to you sometime. It's a good 6 pages of information on a song that I really didn't understand the depth of it until I really sat down and picked the lyrics apart. And I'd like to come out and say they don't understand the depth of it either.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you really think that he had thought that? I don't think they thought that much about it. I think they just pieced it together.
You know what? I don't personally know anybody. So I'm not here to make fun of anybody. I mean,
no, I'm just
when I listened to it, I was just something needs to be done with this right now in the way that I would do it.
Fair enough.
I submitted it to AP. They wanted nothing to do with me.
Oh man. I hope they didn't blacklist you anywhere else. It's just meant to Revolver. Revolver would be all over that. They hate Broken Side, as far as I can tell.
Man, I'm not, the last thing I want to do is be, making fun of bands or something. My hope is if they would see, if I would, start doing stuff like that and the bands would see it, they'd be like, this kid's funny. This is kind of cool. They'd feel flattered or something. I don't want to make somebody feel make their life harder or some crazy stuff like that, because I'm sure anybody could go through my lyrics and be like, this is stupid, so.
See, I think there's a difference between those types of lyrics and This Is the Apocalypse lyrics. But I'll leave that aside, because I need to get through some more questions. But you were in the studio the other day, according to Facebook. What were you
Yeah, track. We're doing, we're just we're throwing some songs together. There might be a small release or something. We're in talks of maybe doing a single song or something like that. We're not we don't know yet. I just went in and laid down rough tracks for one of the songs, an idea for what we're doing. It was pretty sweet.
What was this? I heard about an R&B cover.
Oh, I've been trying to convince the guys to let us do an R. Kelly cover for a while.
How about, God, what's that song called? It's the remix to Ignition?
Oh, no, well,
that would be hilarious.
I would say what song I'm hoping to do, but I just really, really, really don't want to, I don't want my idea getting stolen by somebody.
Don't say it, yeah.
Because my idea is like the funny thing about a couple of R. Kelly songs, they're hopeful, man. They're straight up hate breed lyrics. Like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this. Nobody can stop me from doing this. You can't stop me from doing this. I think this. I think about it every night and day. You know, stuff like that. Like, those are straight up positive hardcore. Like that's positive, man. Spreading the love.
Cool. It's gonna sound great when you turn it into metal. Then I'm a fan already.
Yeah.
Well, you guys been messing around with dubstep too. How did that happen, and what is the result then? Dare I ask?
You know, pretty much like me and Grant have just been crazy about trying to learn how to produce like anything. Like, I've been making a lot of hip hop beats and stuff. I throw them all online on this like little account that I have on SoundCloud called Adjectives PA. But I also make like kind of like folky rock songs, and me and Grant, we kind of noticed like, wow, there's like the first time I heard dubstep, I'm like, what is this? Somebody's like, oh, this is called dubstep. Like, this is horrible. Turn it off. You know, but it's like a British guy swearing and then just a bunch of noise. But like, you know, like I started realizing it's like this new cultural thing coming up, and I actually got into some of it. Like I was listening to this dude Big Chocolate. Like,
no
I was listening to some of his stuff.
I was suggest him.
And I actually love it. I believe the movement. It's hot. It's like, you know, it's just like this hot thing that kids are into right now. So me and Grant, we're trying to like, you know, it was kind of fun to just take, like, I don't know, man, when you tour and you have to listen to metal all day, sometimes you just want to like learn something new, just like screw around and be like, hey, I made this. And at the end of the day, I don't want to make money doing anything. I just want to like listen to some stuff that I've done and be like, cool, because we know we can make metal now, you know. So it's not to say we're gonna stop doing that, but it's just cool to like, you know, personally like program a song at the end of the day to help you get to sleep, being like, you know, you make something that makes you smile, you know.
Yeah. And
that's life.
Yeah. What albums have you been spinning?
Dude, that new the Odd Future Wolfgang Kill 'Em All group, like the new Wu-Tang, they're like Tyler the Creator and Haji Beats and all those dudes. Incredible. All their stuff is ridiculous. I've been listening to that a bunch. Still spinning I'll Sleep When You're Dead by LP. Like that album's legendary. Listening to a lot of Ghostface and RZA, you know. But I definitely dig MF Doom. Anything that dude's pumping out is good.
Okay. Have the band recorded anything?
New Kanye is great too, you know.
Yeah. I haven't listened to it myself, but Parkway Drive seems to dig it a lot. So I got a good recommendation from two good bands now. I should listen to it.
It's like, dude can produce a CD like nobody's business.
I know, but he's kind of
You know, it works for him though. He like. I mean, like, I imagine, like, when you're in this, like, like, I look at the celebrity world, like, I've had brief encounters with celebrities, or, like, you know, just to a level where I think it's funny, like, oh, you know, I got the cops called on me by Bret Michaels one time, and, you know, just
really?
That story.
No, that needs to be said. That needs to be told. I don't care if this goes over.
I think there's a statute of limitations on that story.
Oh, okay.
No. We found their Poison's bus in a parking lot in Walmart. I guess they were all like, and we found out Poison was playing nearby, and there were people in it, and we assumed that they would want, like, if a band on tour is like, you know, I don't know. I guess I assumed that Poison would have been like, whoa, a young band on tour, that's cool. You know, we got van and trailer set up, and so we were excited, and you know, we went banging on the bus door, being like, yo, are you like, do you guys want to hang out? Like, and the driver came out and was like, get lost, and you know, like, shut the door, and you know, it was my birthday, and I was just kind of like, I'm gonna chuck beer cans at their windows and yell at Brett to let me use his bathroom. And we did that for a while, and then us and Within the Ruins and Wretched we called up Within the Ruins and Wretched, and we're like, you guys have to get to this Walmart now. We covered the bus and the trailer with our posters. We had hundreds of posters and duct tape onto their bus and trailer, and then the cops showed up.
What did you do? Did you guys just run?
No. We just kind of it was weird. Like the cop, I think they were waiting for like backup or something, but like a cop car pulled up, like, and it was like in the parking lot, lights on, just sitting there like watching us. So we started cleaning up any like extra mess we had around, and and Toda left before they came and talked to anybody. And Within the Ruins decided to stay behind, and I guess they didn't even get charged with anything. The cops were just like, just get out of here. I think the exact quote is Tim rolled the window down. The cop was like, "It smells like piss out here. You guys been pissing out here all night." I think that's how the conversation started.
That's great. Anything recorded yet for the next album?
Yeah, I mean, we demo everything ourselves, so we have a lot of ideas demoed out and stuff. I'm pretty stoked on some of them.
Okay, and is there like a timetable for when you think the album's gonna be out, like a season next? That you can say?
Yeah, I think we're actually hoping like early next year. I mean, it's 2012. We gotta release it just in case, you know.
Huh. Yeah, just in case those Mayans were right.
Yeah, somebody made a funny quote. They're like, you know, we have somebody said right now with any of our cell phones that we have more powerful computers in our pocket at, you know, any time than NASA had when we first went to the moon, and we throw birds at pigs.
That's a great quote. Will you be approaching vocals any differently for this album, or are you soon?
Yeah, I kind of want to. I've been kind of changing. A lot of stuff's been kind of changing up. Rodney has taken on singing, and he's definitely got a full tenor voice. A lot of the singing parts on the album are right at the top. Like when I was going in to see Melissa Cross, they're like right at the top of my range all the time, and that's really taxing live to always have that kind of anxiety about being like, man, like singing at the top of your range is not fun when you're trying to belt. So bringing Rodney and our new bassist Matt into the picture has been awesome because both of them have incredible voices, and so there's been a lot of with the one new track that we have almost finalized. There's a lot of harmony work being done on those dudes. We definitely so that's given us a lot more options with vocals. And as for the heavy stuff, I'm just trying to get more pissed. I've just always just tried to have I'm not really a super high, super low type guy. I just go at it. Okay.
What have you got in store for the rest of the year? Anything else you can talk about besides those 2 tours we talked about at the start?
Going to be on tour all summer, and hopefully we got a new video coming out soon too.
What song?
That you guys. That's a surprise, I guess. I don't know if it is a surprise first, but yeah, I'm sure you guys will figure it out.
Is there anything you want to say to This Is the Apocalypse fans?
Just keep leaving funny stuff on the Facebook. You guys have been killing it lately.
Well, thank you for talking about mutilation today.
Yeah, thank you for talking to me.